Hello.
Hello?
Hello. What's up, bro?
Hey, this is the What's Up Bro podcast. We talk about movies, TV, geek stuff, news, pop culture, and it's funny, motherfucker! With Nary Signs, you know the question is not on here that I could have said yes to would have been a cock ring. I'm like, oh, I've done that. Jeff,
It was called Bibbidi Bobbidi Doorknob.
Stephanie.
The only reason he was invited was because he was dating my friend. It was like a pity invite. And he was like one of the first people to get there. What a loser.
And we have Missy
Yes, I'm here.
is also here.
Missy is also here. A girl has no last name.
Not anymore, am I right? Huh? And special correspondence with Steph Mayer Sr.
Yeah, I don't have to look cute for you.
And this is the What's Up Bro podcast.
That's how winning is done.
Hey, I'm Dave Chappelle, and this is What's Up, Bro.
And am I on?
I hear you. Recording. The button is red.
Yay! And we're recording.
Meow, 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 meow. That's once.
I forgot.
All right, we are recording. Welcome to the What's Up Bro podcast. I am Nary Signs. With me, as usual, is Missy.
Hi.
And today we have Vanessa.
Hello.
Vanessa.
Who is your wife? My wife.
Ugh. All right. Not at my wife. Like the fucking joke of my wife. It's only funny when I do it.
Oh my God. What do you know about comedy anyway?
No.
All right.
Yes,
So
you are.
welcome to the What's Up Bro podcast. It's
Phones down a little, please.
your headset.
Yeah.
All right.
Thank you.
Is that better?
Yep.
All right. Right on. Maybe. Maybe we can make the sound effects a little louder now.
Okay.
That was actually me. That wasn't a button.
Thank God. Jesus, the buttons.
So I'm here for a couple days.
He likes to push buttons.
I do.
You don't say.
Metaphorically and literally.
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 Stop it. That's funny.
That's for Jamia. Shout out to Jamia who rightfully called out Missy on the Monk Geek More Facebook
to the
page.
wrong podcast.
No, I'm gonna conference him in when you call me or I call you so he can see who the bully is for real. You want to tell a story about the ATM teller real quick?
What was the ATM teller story?
Yesterday when I was in the drive-thru of the bank and we were on the phone.
That's hilarious. Continue that story.
I was telling him about how I was like, hey, by the way, it's like your podcast and your equipment, but I invited Q to record with us because I want to talk to her about sex with her in the room. And then I went into the fact that I feel that I'm not making myself clear on my opinions about porn. And then we're having the conversation. I put the window down and put the stuff in the little thing. I don't know what it's called.
The tube.
Push the button. The lady comes on the video and she's like, hi, thank you for coming to da-da-da. And from the car, Nary starts going, porn?
I said
okay, tell the story.
First, I started ordering food. I would like a blah, blah, because I thought she was at a fast food restaurant. And then she was like, da, da, and then I see the tube, and I'm like, oh, okay. And then she was like, that was so embarrassing. You're ordering food, blah, 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 and stuff there.
I don't remember that part.
We continue the story.
I do not remember that.
Right,
I just remember the part you were yelling porn.
You don't remember the way the story happened. I understand.
No, but...
And then we continued our conversation. We were talking, and then apparently the teller was done with the transaction. And I'm mid-sentence when she puts the window down, and I see her reach over, and I hear the lady go, "Is there anything else I can help you with?" I'm mid-sentence, and I'm like, porn, and Missy flipped the hell out. She could not. She didn't know what to do. She had the phone. We were FaceTiming, and the phone was in the
dashboard, right? By the speedometer. So I start freaking out, and then you know how I spaz?
Did you say speedometer?
Yeah.
She meant the speedometer.
No, speedometer. You could say it that way too. You say tomato and tomato. You can say speedometer.
No, speedometer.
Yes, you can.
Okay.
Yes, you can. I checked.
Okay. All right.
It was in her car manual.
Oh my God. And
have we made it 5 minutes?
nope. And I'm like, I start spazzing out. I spazzed out to such an extent that I put the window up when I wanted it to go down, and I was like, I don't know what the hell I was doing with my hand, that I turned on my windshield wipers. Wasn't raining.
She didn't know what to do. She didn't know how to turn either me off or put the window up or hang up on me or cover the sound on the microphone.
So much.
Is there a way to turn you off? Like, I don't.
Yeah, well, you hang up on him and then you mute.
Besides that,
yeah, but
like-
you mute him. Like, if he's not like, if we're talking in like not in person, right? Because not in person, there's nothing we can do. But
And I could not stop laughing. To me, that was the funniest thing because it was so funny on so many levels. The fact that, and again, this is gonna sound conceited, but the fact that I had the presence of mind, because this wasn't planned. And so, literally, I hear her go, "Is there anything else I could?" I go, "Porn, porn, 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 porn." I was mid sentence. I was speaking, porn, 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 and I did it. It's not like I sat there and thought about it. Like, now would be a good time to do this. I instinctually did it, and it was so funny. And then to see her freak out and didn't know what button to
getting
press.
uncomfortable right now.
It was fucking priceless. She's like, "Oh, I don't know." She
because
just
to be
flipped it.
fair,
She zoomed out of there. I thought she was gonna leave with the tube still in the car. I thought she was gonna be
I
like,
almost did. But to be fair, anytime you do call me and I don't have headphones on, I'm like, shut up, I'm in front of people, or shut up, I'm at work, or shut up, there's kids around, or something.
yeah, which is
'Cause
always a good one. It's always a good one.
Yes, because you're super fast that way, and that you will just say disparate, and then I'm like, "Dah!" Or like when my mom is in the room and I'm like,
Oh, yeah. Missy, to the listener, Missy once made a mistake of saying, anytime I'm talking to a man on the phone, my mom thinks that it's a boyfriend. And I'm like, really?
So
And so every time I call her, and whenever I call her, it's always FaceTime. So whenever I FaceTime her and she doesn't have the headphones on and I hear or think that her mother's around the room,
Yeah.
I start with babe and honey,
yeah,
and
and I'm like, shut the fuck up. And it doesn't fail. I'll hang up the phone and Maria will go like, "King era? Who's that?" I'm like, "Mom, it's the same way I was talking about my married friend Neri, who's I'm friends with his wife too. Like, it's not a thing." Yeah.
yeah.
It's terrible. Well, yesterday I took her to dinner, like, you know,
That's
I
on
was
your fault.
because I was hungry.
You're a masochist.
And I don't have any dating stories, so she asked me about one of my best friends, who I will not name, and she's like, "How's she doing?" I'm
It
like,
was
Flawless
no,
victory.
no.
"He's just gonna find it." Yeah.
There you go.
So I'm like, "She's doing great. She's happy. She's hot, and she's dating." And one thing led to the other, and she's like, "Well, let me know when she gets pregnant." And I'm like, "Bitch, people don't date to get pregnant." That's cute. People don't date to get pregnant. And so I texted my friend and I was like, "By the way, I'm sorry for the times my mom's going to ask you if you're pregnant." I didn't mean it.
My bad.
My bad. So yeah, don't answer the phone when you're at the bank teller is the point. Or at least don't answer the phone if it's Neri calling.
Or at a drive-through. Because if it would have been at a drive-through for a restaurant, I would have done that too.
You would have just yelled porn?
Well, at first I would have ordered food and would have confused the fuck out of them. Like,
That's great, because nothing is better than confusing the person that's putting your order in for food.
That's hilarious.
If you're not the one eating it, you don't get upset when your food arrives wrong?
No, I get very upset.
Oh,
Yes.
but it's funny if it happens to other people.
No, it's funny when your friend causes it. That's funny.
Oh,
You know what I'm
okay.
saying?
I guess
if it's the negligence of the restaurant, then no, it's not funny. If it's the restaurant abiding to a practical joke by your friend, then it's hilarious.
cool. So I'm just gonna stop picking up the phone. It's just not a good idea to talk to you as much as.
But you make it seem like I'm the only one that call. You call me as well.
I do call you.
Right.
Right, but this time it's my fault because I called you.
Yeah.
Right.
Right. That didn't go the way you planned it. did
No, I thought it was gonna go a different way, and I remembered that I was running into a wall, and I was in too deep to get out of it. So whatever, I died. Womp, 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 womp. So, Neri's home for all of like 48 hours.
Right. A little bit less, but yeah, pretty much.
Whatever,
Pretty
42.
much, 46 and a half, but whatever. So yeah, and we decided to record an episode, but we were talking, I thought, we should save this conversation because we literally started talking about names and meanings of names and last names.
Correct.
And Missy, for those of you, if you've ever heard the intro that you just came on within 10 minutes ago, Missy has no last name. right?
I do, but I don't. I have an issue with it.
You have an issue with. You've had an issue with multiple last names that you've had.
Well, for different reasons,
Right,
for very different reasons, but
Right.
but
You're
what I would
born. Your born last name.
my as they say, the maiden last name
Your
is my
God-given
dad.
name.
More my dad given name, right? Is his obviously
father.
his last name? Correct, my father.
He's not a dad.
My father's last name.
Your sperm. Your what is it?
No, we don't have to talk about sperm when we're referring to my mom.
Sperm
it's okay.
donor. It's a
no,
sperm donor.
no,
Fine.
no.
Turn the microphone to you.
I will.
I can't. Anyway, so yeah, I had it forever. This was before I was not single for a while, but like forever I had an issue with it, and I looked into changing it because what I would love to do is change my last name, legally change it to my grandfather's last name, but
Right.
that is a legal process that costs money. And then I got married. And I was like, well, great. This takes care of both. I mean, obviously not. That's not why I got married, but I'm like,
It didn't hurt.
right. It was like a perk.
It was like reasons. It went in the pro column.
Right. No, no. But on top of this, it's very easy.
Right.
Just show your certificate of marriage and then that's it. And then, I'm not married anymore. And so when I went back to the process of having to reclaim the last name that I don't even care about anyway, there was an option to do the legal thing, but I couldn't. I mean, I could. It's just I don't want to waste the money, if
Right.
that makes
so
sense.
it's just expensive. So the whole point is that we were trying to figure out the origin of this name.
Of my first name, because my first name is another story.
Yeah, that's an issue. So that story. So basically, to make the story short, Missy's telling us a story of her
last name.
her real first name, by the way.
No. What I was just talking about.
Off the air, Missy was talking about her real first name, right? Which is not Missy, right? It's obviously
Yes,
a
it
nickname.
is.
It's obviously a nickname.
It's not.
The real name is no. That's the real name.
Correct.
That's been.
I'm sorry, guys. I'm so sorry.
It's been redacted from
Yes.
public history. So, Missy, you're not a fan of it. You hate your name. And speaking as somebody who hates their name, I hate my name. I can't stand Neri.
I can't stand him either.
No.
Oh my god, it's not the pink one. Oh my god.
You would think that I have this written down somewhere, because I do. I literally have it written down and I can't do it. I'm sorry.
Just
I've been out of
don't-
practice. It's been a couple of weeks, man.
It's like riding a biker.
Jesus. I don't. That's. Ugh. So you hate your first name, and my wife Vanessa asked you,
That's me.
what's the meaning of your first name?
And I
you were-
said, not even Google can tell me.
not even Google. Google's like, I think,
What is that?
Did you misspell something?
Correct.
I know
Did you
all-
mean all of these other names?
I know every word
Or words.
I know every word ever invented, and that's not.
I just want you to appreciate this for a second. When the fucking internet cannot answer a question as simple as where does my name come from, that just tells you how obscure it is and how stupid it was that they gave it to me to begin with. And I've always had to explain how you say it, how you spell it.
So what's the story behind how you were named? Which is you question
yes for the listener
validity.
for the listener, I'm going to use a lot of air quotes and because this is the alleged story behind my
that
name.
you don't believe. any
No,
of it.
well, because it's a family of pathological liars. Like,
Right.
why would I believe? Like, if they were to tell me the sky's blue, I'm like, no, I'm gonna have to check that for myself. So the story goes that my father's mother, so technically she's my grandmother, but it's just weird to use those terms. But anyway, my father's
to use factual terms.
correct. Let's use the words. If anyone ever wants to revert back to like listen an episode to the deep dive into daddy issues, like this is a great starter conversation to it. So my dad's mother allegedly saw a name in the book. A book, I don't know what book, but it was a book, and named her daughter that. So my father's sister I share a name with her, right? And then allegedly,
Your aunt, by the way.
sure, if you say so. allegedly, my father and his sister We're very tight. We're very close. I don't know.
Has she passed?
I don't know. I wouldn't be able to tell you. Stop laughing at my pain.
Because you're saying you're speaking in past tense, and I'm like, oh, has she passed?
Well, when I
didn't laugh about. I laughed about your answer of I don't know.
The story. They told me the story. I think I was 17. So like 6 months ago. And so the story goes that my father and his sister were very close. And so my mother let my dad name me, and I got the fucking name that I got.
Right.
And you know what they named my brother?
What?
David. So they liked him before he was even born.
All right, so
He's a boy.
here's
A
the
lot
thing.
more.
So the story goes that your grandmother read the name in a book, saw the name in a book. And then to me, I think that's already the biggest lie. Not that I don't know your grandmother, and I'm not saying that she doesn't read.
I don't know her. You know her as much as I do, Neri.
So again, not that your grandmother couldn't read. Those are not the jokes I'm making. I'm not even making a joke. I'm saying I find it difficult to believe that she saw this in a book, and yet Google has never heard of this name.
Correct.
So Google has never heard of this book that she allegedly read it from.
Of course.
So that's where I have an issue with that, because you were like, the biggest, when you told us the story 20 minutes ago off the air, you were like, yeah, but they're so supposedly quote unquote close. And I'm like, that's the biggest part of the issue? That's the biggest issue you have with this story? I'm like, she supposedly read it in a book that Google has never fucking heard of. Do you understand how that's the biggest bullshit to me?
I don't know. Because
that's incredibly a lie. That's a huge lie.
100%.
That she read it in a book, because had she read it in a book, Google would have been like, well, there is a reference to that.
Correct. In this book
for
$9 for a penny, you can buy it on Amazon, and I don't have that.
Right.
It literally, like, it's not even like, it's if you
does it give you a misspelling? Does it go, did you mean?
No, it won't even say, like, I can't.
You broke Google.
I break Google when I look for it. Look, I'm gonna try and pull it up so you can see. And it's been an issue my entire life. Like, even if, okay, let's say they had given me an exotic name that wasn't this exotic, for instance, my legal name.
Like Neri.
But it's been an issue. Like, do you know that when I started second grade, and you're gonna laugh so hard, but I'm gonna tell the story anyway. When I started second grade, I was the last person to get enrolled into the school. And
how do you know that?
Because let me get to the story.
Right.
So, because the first day of school, well, I was the last person because my parents had just split up and we had moved, so I was the last person that wasn't the school I went to for first grade. And on the first day of school, the teacher had graciously, she was great, nothing against the teacher, she had written like a getting to know you poster where she wrote all the names of the girls and all the names of the boys, and my name was under the boys thing in a different color marker because I was the very last one, and I had to fucking go to the teacher, 8 years old, 7 years old, and be like, excuse me, I'm not a boy, can you please move my name over?
Okay.
That's how fucking, that was second grade.
Yeah, again,
I'm 36.
I understand. Yeah, I understand. But coming from a man named Neri, I've gotten that on my entire life.
Yeah, but
Neri's a girl's name, and I've met multiple people named Neri, and they've all been women. Not saying that there's never been another man named Neri. I was actually at traffic court one time, and they called a Neri something else, Neri fulano de tal, and I was like, do you mean Neri Signs? And they're like, no, and they're like, Mr. Neri, blah blah blah. And I go, Mr. And I was literally perked up, and I'm like, I gotta see this motherfucker. I gotta know what other dude here has my name. And I looked around, and he didn't make it to court that day. I'm like, son of a bitch.
Yeah.
But other than that, everybody I've ever met named Neri, or a variation of, because it's always like, oh, my aunt was named Neri. Like, oh, her name was actually Neri? Oh, it's Nereida, but they called her Neri. I'm like, well, then that's not fucking Neri. My actual name is Neri. Do you understand? It's not short for anything. And people used to ask me that. That used to be one of my bits. Like, what does your name mean? It means my parents are assholes. That's what it means. It means my parents hate me.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
That's what I've said sometimes. Like,
Yeah.
well, it means that my parents just didn't like me.
Yeah, and because my brothers are Pablo and Jose, and then they're like, fucking Neri, whatever.
And then I asked my mom once. I asked
your
her.
middle name was worse though.
Yeah, well, that's no longer my middle name, so it doesn't make a difference.
Your birth middle name.
It doesn't matter. We're not going to talk about that. Moving on. So here's a weird thing. I was on a cruise one time, and I went. I was meeting a cruise ship one time. Bye, honey.
Bye.
She's got to go pick up the children.
Pick up the babies.
So I was on a cruise one time, or I was meeting a cruise ship one time, and I think I was getting off the ship, and I was in Roatan, Honduras. And I go there. I'm in a different country. I have to show my passport, right? So I'm checking into to my flight, checking into immigration, whatever, blah blah blah, going through customs, and I give them my passport, and she repeats my name like all customs agents do. They go Neri, son, and Neri, whatever, and she obviously this is Honduras, so it's all Spanish. And she said Neri, and I said yeah, and this whole conversation took place in Spanish, but I was like, yeah, I know it's a weird name, and she goes, what are you talking about? Oh, yeah, Neri. And she goes, that's not a weird name. I go, no, but for a man. And she goes, no, there's plenty of men named Neri. I go, no, what? Really? And then she was
Record
like, yeah.
scratch.
And then I was like, no, but like, not like, a variation of Neri. Like, not, they're like, no, there's plenty of, Neri's like a common name here. She didn't say here. She said Neri's a common name. And I'm like, well, fuck, I guess. And again, Honduras and Nicaragua.
So now you have to move to Honduras.
Honduras and Nicaragua are close to each other geographically. So I'm like, oh, it must be a regional thing. Because here in the United States, there's a website that will tell you how unique your name is or how many of you there are. And there is less than one person in the United States with my name, with Neri signs, with both names together.
Is that
Like,
the
if you
website we were on?
No. If you go to, there's a website, I forgot what it was, but if you go to, if you Google it, it can tell you like how many John Smiths there are, and I'll tell you more than 80 million John Smiths
Correct.
in the United States. And if you type in Neri Science, both the combination of both my first and last name together, they'll say there are less than one person. Less than one person.
So you're not even. They don't even count you as a
count
whole.
me as a whole. It's like less than
That's not
one.
nice.
Yeah.
He's a whole person.
And more so, I think. If you look at me physically, I
could be a person and a half.
I could be 1.5, sir. So yeah, that was a thing, and I was like, okay, this is a little weird.
Well, I did ask my mom when I was at some point. I did ask her, like, were there like other options on the table, or like you just bowed down to that? She's like, no, I also thought it would be fun to call you, like, name me after her, like Maria. And I was like, I mean, I know it was 1983, so the internet wasn't around yet, but they were fucking baby books.
No,
like you could have could have gone to the library if you didn't want to buy one and just fucking look at it for 10 minutes. But the only option wasn't just this shitty ass name or your name that's more common than vanilla. Like,
yeah. Or there's other, like, has she never met another human being on Earth? Like, what is
just
you could have watched soap operas and you could have been
Correct.
Rosa after Rosa Salvaje.
I've been watching.
You could have. Which is a Spanish soap opera, a Mexican Spanish soap opera. That's an old school reference. That's a old school reference.
That's if you know, you know.
Yeah.
That's an if you know, you know.
So you could have been a Rosa Salvaje.
I've been watching.
You could have been Mari for Marimar. You could have been.
I didn't have. No, that was after me though.
No, that was after you.
That was like 10 years after me. God, when Talia had those like 5 years of no, don't make those sounds. Don't make those sounds because we experienced her in very different ways. I think.
My God,
that's
Jesus.
disgusting. Stop it.
Yeah.
Stop it
and
now.
these microphones with the new microphones.
I know, this just sounds terrible. If you're listening in headphones, I'm so sorry. I'm really trying to stop him, but he won't stop.
But if you Google Thalia, you know what I'm doing. I mean, that's just.
She had like a 5-year.
TH, Thalia, right?
Yes.
Or is it T-A?
No, it's THALIA.
Yeah, so TH Alia.
She's married to.
I don't care. She's single and ready to mingle.
She's not.
In my head, she is.
She's not.
In my fantasies.
She's very much.
Sorry, in my fantasies.
No,
she
your
just broke
fantasies
up.
are wrong.
They just broke up.
No.
Look, boom. Now she's calling me. Holy shit. This is my fantasy. You can't stop it.
Am I thin in your fantasy?
No, it's my fantasy. Why would you be thin? The fuck do I care about you being thin in my fantasy? I don't give a shit.
I just want to know that in one alternate universe I'm thin.
No, you're in bed rest.
Fuck.
You're one of those, you don't even leave the house. You're one of those shut-ins. That's how big you are. Yeah.
No, oh my God, that's terrible.
In my fantasies, yeah. Does that make you feel better about yourself in reality?
I mean, when you
little
set the
bit.
bar that low, I guess you have nowhere to go.
That's what this family does. We set the bar low as fuck.
Stupid. So that's what we spent like an hour after I got here.
So I Googled my last name, right? And I have said this before. I've done this before where I've Googled my last name because I wanted to get the origin of my last name. And like if you Google origin of name, they'll give you like a tidbit of information. And then they'll go like, if you want more, $9.99, whatever, pay this much. And I'm always like, fuck that, I'm not paying that shit. And the little bit of information that I've gotten in the past about my last name is that it was derived from Sanchez, right? many thousands of 100,000 years ago, whatever.
Right.
And so I was always like, okay, that's enough for me. I don't need it. But then I Googled it. I'm like, look, I'm going to prove to you guys that what I'm saying is correct. And then I Googled it, and it gave me a plethora, a wealth of information that I had never received before.
Plethora is good.
Yeah, plethora. What is plethora? I would hate to think that you're using the word and you don't understand what the word plethora means. It's plethora. You know plethora. It's that's Three Amigos. Anyways, so then I Googled it and it gave me a wealth of information, and I was like, holy shit, this is a lot. Like, it gave me so much that it was like, do you want to learn more? I'm like, nah, I'm good. I'm good.
I'm going to keep my money. I'm going to keep my money.
It originated in España.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Now you can one up Steph and Dave next time they want to be like, oh, our semester abroad. Well, really?
I'm like, well, my ancestors were from the land of España. And the correct pronunciation of my name is Thinth.
Oh my God. You know who else you sound like?
Please welcome to the stage, Neri Thinth.
Did you watch America's Sweetheart?
Yeah, of course.
Remember Catherine Zeta-Jones' boyfriend?
Yeah.
That's exactly how you sound like.
Which is, what's his name from the Birdcage?
Yep.
He, what's his name?
He's awesome. But I don't know his name.
I know his real name is Hank Azaria, but I'm trying to remember the character name in the Birdcage. I'm trying to remember.
I'm looking it up right now. Stand by. Stand by. His name was Agador.
I was never gonna get.
No
that
one was. Absolutely zero people.
But I know Hank Azaria.
Hank Azaria.
He's a beast as far as a character actor and voice actor.
He's awesome.
He's on The Simpsons. He does a million voices. He's
I know.
Fucking legit amazing.
I know. I agree.
He's the one that did the Espens, right? The Espen pills. It's like they're aspirins. I erased the A and the Pyrin. That's what it was. The Pyrin pills. He erases the A and the S, and they're just Pyrin aspirins.
Oh boy.
Anyways, so that's my last name is from España.
So today's
it's a prestigious last name.
Okay.
Today's title is What's in a Name.
I was gonna suggest what was his name, but whatever.
What's in a name? Oh, maybe what was his name? Oh, what's his name? What's in a name? I don't know.
We can figure it out later. They don't need to know.
We can figure it out, man.
So today's the second day.
Wait, real quick. Still sticking in the name category topic.
Oh, okay.
This is interesting to me.
Okay, I'm sorry. I'll just
Do
sit
you have
on.
any ideas? Not putting any pressure on you and not living in your uterus. Relax. If and when you ever do have a kid, do you have any ideas on what you would name the child?
Yes.
All right. So I'm assuming.
I've had this name forever.
Okay, I'm assuming you have the girl name.
Yes.
Do you have the boy name as well?
Yes.
Okay. Which one have you had the longest? I'm assuming the girl name?
No, actually, I came up with both of them
simultaneously.
I thought it was cute.
Okay, so what's the girl name?
I would like to name my daughter Lucia or Lucy.
Okay.
And I would love to name my son Leo or Leonardo, one or the other.
Not Leonidas?
My uncle's name is Leonidas.
I got shot down for Leonidas.
And I would love to do that, but if I'm doing it alone, I can do whatever the fuck I want. But if I had...
I gotta be honest with you, even if you're not doing it alone, you could do whatever the fuck you want. The way it works, this is the way it works in the hospital, right? The baby's born, and like the next day or whatever, depending on what time the baby's born, the next day the lady comes in, right, with all the information.
You have to do the next day?
It doesn't have to be, but that's usually when they come in. Like, if you don't have a name ready, you just tell them I don't have a name ready. But they come in.
So they just call it baby, your last name?
And they say, yeah, baby sign, baby whatever. So then you go, and the lady comes in and gives all the birth information, and she's writing up the information that will be on the original birth certificate.
Right.
So she goes and talking to you, the mother goes, and the baby's name. And this happened where I was like, Oliver. And the lady did not fucking flinch, did not look at me, did not acknowledge me, was waiting
for Vanessa
to give her an answer, not confirm. She's like, I don't give a fuck what this dude is saying. Like, she did not flinch. She didn't go, oh, okay,
But-
is that correct? She didn't do that.
Okay.
She was waiting patiently with her little keyboard, with a little, and she was like, ma'am.
Okay, but maybe it's because she has to get it since Vanessa
Again,
was
it's
her member.
It's because,
her patient.
It's because of that. It's because
Okay.
the woman matters. That's why I'm trying to tell you. Even if you have the baby with somebody else, it doesn't fucking
Right.
matter.
Well-
the woman, legitimately, legally, like it's your baby.
Right.
If you wish to share it with a dude, that's.
I mean,
on
I
you,
used
boo.
to have like phantom fights about. I mean, we were never gonna have kids, but we used to fight about it because I would. He had like a really old.
Phantom fights. I love that phrase.
It is a phantom fight.
Yeah.
Because we're fighting about something that we don't even have to worry about yet. But my uncle's name. My uncle. I have 3 uncles. The one that I have 3 uncles, and then there's Uncle Buck. But my uncle's name is Leonidas, and I would love to name my kid after that. But
I don't
know if that's mean to a kid though, because now because of my trauma, I need to make sure that my kid.
No, it's not, because the movie 300. That's it. King Leonidas. That's solidified the fucking coolness.
Maybe I should watch it so I could have.
You've never seen it?
No. Remember you told me
Missing childhood theater. Here
I wasn't a
we
child for
come.
that though.
Doesn't matter, man. Listen, why are you trying to fucking rain on my parade, man?
Hold on, I have another name for a girl though.
So what's the girl? So you never even told me the name for the girl.
I did.
Oh, you did.
Lucy, Lucia.
I gotta be honest with you. That's gonna be our next daughter's name. So.
Well, then I'm gonna root for a boy.
No, I'm just. The reason I say that to you is because we've had that name picked out since before Oliver was born.
Fine. We're gonna have 2 Lucys in the family.
I understand. I'm just letting you know that that's a thing.
I'm not stupid about that shit. I know that some people are,
Some
and,
people are, yeah.
and that people
Which-
couldn't come today. But shout out to Stephanie.
But I literally get and the only reason I'm saying is just to say, like, I didn't think you were that kind of person, but I was like, just FYI, heads
No.
up. Because here's what happens.
I mean, you have
Had
a
I-
way better odd of having a kid before I do.
And here's the thing: had I not said that, you would have been like, "This motherfucker stole my name."
No.
You would have thought it.
No.
Of course you would have. You would have.
But Lucy is a name.
But if I never told you that we were thinking about that prior,
You could have liked it and wanted to use it. What's the problem?
right? Exactly.
There's no way that I'm not that girl.
Sophie, what are you doing?
Hiding from Gabby.
No. This is not a playing area. Come on, mama. There's a lot of electronics and wires. Come on, go.
Sorry.
It's alright, mama.
I found something.
Dale.
Just be careful with the chip.
Okay.
I'm not that person.
Yeah. So then, anyways, sorry for the interruption. Which one was it? Oh. All right. Yeah. No. So I just wanted to make sure that. Anyways, but
No.
we've had that name. That's why I'm a big fan of Lucille Ball, which is hence the.
Oh,
That's-
well, that's kind of why I like it too.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, but I mean, no, I'm not that person. I do whatever you want.
Yeah. No, I'm
But
gonna. Just wanted to let you know that I didn't copy.
I'm glad that I'm giving you permission, even though you didn't
Don't-
fucking need it to begin
ask-
with.
or
Yeah,
ask.
but we're fine. BFF, future us is fine.
And here we go. So Leonidas. So this is a story, right? I was going to name Oliver for years. I was going to name him Maximus because my
That's
second
cute.
favorite movie of all time is Gladiator, right? And Russell Crowe's character's name is Maximus. These are legitimately reasons why I was going to name
So
Mr.
I
Maximus.
still don't know.
I found
what
out-
we're talking about because I haven't seen Gladiator either.
I found out, like, when Vanessa and I started dating, I found out that LeBron James had his son that year or the year after, and he named him Maximus for the same reason.
Okay.
He loves that movie so much. He literally has the phrase in the movie tattooed on himself.
Okay.
LeBron James. So he wins, right?
But what phrase does he have tattooed on him?
It's what was it?
Is it the "Are you not entertained" one?
No. It's
Because that's the only line I know, and that's because of Jay-Z's Black Album.
I forgot what the phrase is. I haven't seen the movie in a long time. So
It's okay. We'll fix that.
Yeah, we will fix that. Legit gonna fix it this week. Anyways, so Maximus. So I wanted Maximus, and when I first broached the subject with Vanessa, we were dating like a few months. It wasn't even like when we started dating. You know, I feel like I immediately knew that, but I'm a serial monogamer. That's my fucking gross thing about me. Is like every girl I dated, I was like, no, I'm not like, I was never like, I'm just having a good time. I was never that guy, which is stupid. I'm not bragging. This is legitimately a bad thing to do when you're 22 years old, to be like, she's gonna be the one I'm gonna spend the rest of my life. No, she's not, buddy. She's fucking, you're 22. Calm the fuck down. So then
It's stupid if you do it at 28 too. I've learned.
Yeah,
But
well,
go ahead.
we had conversations like 8 months into dating, and Vanessa always had the name of her daughters picked out. Like,
Sophia was one of them.
I don't know. So she already had the names picked out, and so I'm like, all right, and left it, and I go, what about the boys? And she was like, oh, that's your department, and I'm like, fucking great, because I knew what I was not gonna name him was Neri. I fucking hate that name so much. And I was like, nope, not gonna name him Neri. So I go, great, Maximus. And she goes, Max is a dog's name. I go, I didn't fucking say Max. I said Maximus. There's a fucking difference. All right? I'm not, his name is
Yeah,
not
but
Max.
his nickname would have definitely been Max.
And I will tell people, like, here's what I will tell people. My brother-in-law, Vanessa's brother, is named Alejandro. You can't call him Alex, because he would be like, that's not my name. My name is
But they call him
Alejandro.
Ale.
That's fine, but that's not Alex. It's not Alexander. It's not Alex.
But Maximus is
I understand.
is a natural.
I understand. So then I said, she said, no, Max is a dog's name. And I go, I'm not going to call him Max. I'm going to call him Maximus. Then my psychological warfare became, I'm going to give her every name that I want to name the kid that I know she's going to hate more so than Max or Maximus. So I went with...
You're a fucking terrorist,
So I
bro.
said Leonidas, and she goes, what the fuck is wrong with you? And again, I got that from 300, and I would love that name.
I mean, I got that. Yeah, they can't say what the fuck to me because that's that
a family name.
Yeah.
And so, oh, what the fuck? And you're crazy. And I'm like, oh, no, it's Leonidas. And she goes, no. And then I was like, what about Clark? And she was like, no, that's too white. And I'm like, I don't give a shit, Clark. And then she was like, no. Then I was like, William. And she's like, great. I go, but the middle name has to be Wallace. There's no, I cannot.
William Wallace.
I was like, I am not budging on
Is
this.
that an option for the future?
Well, here's the thing. All these names are names that I would legitimately like to have a child named after, but I knew that she wasn't going to go for any of these. She's like, why the fuck, blah, blah. So I went so far above,
off the grid
of what my future wife was going to, be okay with. So when I said Maximus, she goes, you know what? Not that bad. Yeah, let's go with Maximus.
Wait, so how'd you land on Oliver?
So then it came time to... Hold on, let me close this door.
Do 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 do.
To the listeners, we usually record at night, and when my children are asleep, but we are recording in the daytime for multiple reasons. My work schedule, and it's summer, so she's home. So I apologize, but that's why I had to take all these breaks. So then I said, so then we got pregnant with my son, who's now named Oliver, and I was like, she was gonna go totally okay with Maximus, but everybody that I told that to was saying Max, and I'm like, no, it's fucking Maximus. It's not Max. Max is a dog's name. Literally, my wife grew up with a dog named Max. Like, that was her childhood dog. And I was like, no, I don't want Max. I want Maximus. And the straw that broke the camel's back was Vanessa actually verbally saying to me, I'm going to call him Max. And I'm like, I could fight off the world, but if I can't even hold down the fort at home, it's there. That levee's going to...
Wait, the white flag.
The levee's going to break. It's not going to happen. And at that time, I was catching up on the show Arrow, and I fell in love with the character of Oliver Queen. So I was like, okay, I'm going to go with Oliver. And I'm choosing between Oliver, Maximus, and I even set up a Facebook poll. I said, I'm glad, and I said, like, it was literally a week before he was born. And I was like, I kind of know where I'm leaning to, but just for shits and giggles, where do you guys think? And it was between Oliver, Maximus, and Grayson. Because Grayson is Robin's from Batman and Robin.
Yeah, his name. But what won on Facebook?
You know what? That is a good question.
Well, then around Oliver's birthday, just make sure you pay attention to your on this day.
No, because I could just Google it and no, but yeah, that's what happened. So then I ended up going with Oliver Grayson. Grayson is the middle name. Yeah. And as much as I love that name, I kind of regret it because nobody uses the middle name, which is what I tell Vanessa now. Like, I tell Vanessa I've been telling her forever. I'm like, it doesn't matter what I name. Like, at one point she was okay. She wanted to name him Anthony because I wanted to go with Tony. Middle name Stark. And Vanessa was okay with it, but the only problem that I had with it was that his initials would literally be ASS. And I was like, no, I can't.
See, you're
But
turning.
Anthony Stark Signs is legit. Sounds
It's
fucking
awesome,
dope. Yeah.
but see, you're a good dad because you're turning your own trauma with your name into something positive. I would never want to do that to my child. So yeah, I don't have a problem with like nicknames because a nickname saved my life. So I have no problem.
I don't have a problem
like
with
that's why it could be Lucy or it could be
No,
Lucia.
I don't have a problem with nicknames. I have a problem with that nickname.
Yeah,
like
yeah,
I call when I'm speaking to my wife about our son Oliver, I call him Ollie. I'm like, yo, how's Ollie doing? Blah blah. I don't call him Ollie, but I speak about him as Ollie. I don't have problems with nicknames. We have a name picked out for a boy, which I won't say now on the air. But that the initials will be JJ. Like the both first and middle name are J, and I already plan on calling him JJ.
Yeah,
and that's already a thing.
Yeah.
So I don't have a problem with nicknames. I just have a problem with that nickname because Max, to me, Maximus is such a strong name, and when you relegate it down to just Max, it's like.
Well, Max is cute. I know. I understand your issue with it, and I understand Vanessa's issues with it. But I think Max is cute. Like Ollie is such a fun kid that he looks like he could be a Max too. But I like Ollie better. I think Oliver is a great name. I have a backup girl name. I have a second choice for a girl name. But this only occurred to me this past week because I have kind of sort of been binging Veronica Mars, and I really like the name Veronica. So yeah. Oh, but now that I said it out loud, that might be a problem because Veronica's the name of an ex-wife of another uncle. You know what? Fuck it. They can deal.
Yeah, I mean,
I don't like them anyway. So
and that's my issue with, like, there were names where I was like, oh, what about, like, I was literally asking.
I don't have a backup for a boy though, which is probably a problem. I should come up with one.
No, your backup is Leonidas.
No. Well, it's like a one-liner. Like it's Lucy or Lucia. And Veronica, and then for the boy it would be either Leo or Leonidas now, and then that's it. I don't have a second line.
But
for
the backup would be Leo or Leonidas, whichever one goes first. The backup would be the other.
Right, but I'm thinking of like.
It could be Leonardo.
But I'm thinking of.
Would you ever do Leonardo?
Yeah.
So then you have multiple names. You have Leo, Leonardo, Leonidas. Either way, they're going to be called Leo. So let's fucking be real.
I know. So they only have. That's what I'm saying. That I think of the nickname first because people usually call. You know, you shorten the name. But I call Vanessa V sometimes. I definitely call Q's wife V because that's her name, and so.
Girl, that's not her name. That's her nickname.
Okay, but that's what she goes by.
Fucking weird.
That's
her
her.
Parents were like
V.
Not just V.
No, but you know, like it's weird. Like we have to be. I have learned that you just have to be careful with that because it's not cool to scar your kid like that. It might seem like a fun name for you.
There is a documentary, I believe, either on Netflix or Hulu. There's a documentary about names and people who have messed up names, screwed up names. People, and again, it's all based upon the society that you're living in. There's a kid that plays. I forgot. He plays basketball in some Slavic country, but his last name is literally fuck. It's Fuck. And for a while, the team wouldn't put his name on the jersey. They would put his nickname or his first name. It's a problem. And it got to a point where they were just like, that's his name. It doesn't matter. I don't give a player's name.
Right.
I don't give a fuck. So he, so it's a whole thing. It's a documentary, and it talks about how people who were born with the same name as somebody else. So there was a guy named Harry Potter that for like the first 35, 40 years of his life had no problem. And then some chick decided to write a book.
Just think of...
his life changed from one moment to the next.
Or just think of everyone who named their daughter Khaleesi and is salty as fuck as the way that Game of Thrones ended. Or Daenerys. Like,
if you name your daughter Daenerys and you're salty about that ending, yeah, it's on you. Because that shit is fucking foreseeable. We saw that coming.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
You and I did, but the rest of the rest of our group chat was like, "How dare they?"
Can you imagine that the same lady who fucking killed multiple people is now killing hundreds? Yeah.
Yeah. That's
she literally said that she's gonna do that.
She's gonna do it. She told you
multiple times,
all the time.
Why are you not listening?
And why
are you being men and just not listening when women talk? Do you fucking? Oh my god, she was.
They hear the blue button. The blue button.
And I will rain down fire upon
Yeah, she said it, guys. But I don't even
multiple
want to
times.
go.
It's so funny to me, huh? Guys are like, can you believe? Yes. Do you? Are you?
Jeff, I think would be our third that was like, yeah, no, this makes total sense.
And the reason why Jeff was part of that is because he binged it up until he binged it right before
as the season was happening.
as season 8 was happening.
Yeah.
So he was like, this is everybody knew this.
Yeah,
right?
yeah. No, and I binged the first 6 seasons.
I binged the first 5.
I watched the 7 one live, and then the 8 with everyone else, and I was like, this makes total sense, and not a lot of people were.
I don't understand.
But I think it's because my argument is like, you know how like kids when they're losing and like they're sore losers and in a game or whatever, pick a sport.
Yeah.
So I feel like you're just so pissed that your hero turned out to be a villain that you're just gonna fucking pull your hair out and stomp your feet and like and
Well, the
and
writers. Speaking of which, at the time of this recording, San Diego Comic-Con is happening right now.
yeah, day 2.
We're recording on a Friday, and the writers of that show.
I mean, I feared for their safety.
They pulled out of that panel.
Yeah.
All the actors are going to be there. All that, like, it's a whole thing, and they have a show coming up that they're currently working on, the prequels, and that's a big time to promote their show.
Correct.
And then they were like, nah,
Because
well, they just pulled out like 2 days ago.
Yeah.
Like that, that's
that makes sense. And
you knew people hated you from
but
the moment
maybe-
that episode dropped.
maybe what they're not saying, and this is a complete like just speculating, that's the word I wanted, but maybe what happened is that there's some kind of security issue because some people really take it to heart, and they could have had a serious security issue about confronting these writers with what they did. I think it's fucking bullshit. I think I've said it in another episode where the fact that there was even a fucking campaign about you trying to reshoot the last season or redo it, like, fuck you, man. Like, that's such disrespect and bullshit to everybody that was involved, that was away from their family. Not even the actors. I'm talking about the fucking crew, the cameramen, the people, the film production crew. Like, those are quote unquote regular people that have families, and they were on location for a year. And just because you don't like the way it ended, now you're demanding for HBO to shell out do all over again because some fucking twat on Twitter wants it. Like, I thought that was such bullshit. And you can be unhappy with the way that it ended, that's fine, but don't take it too far. And I saw it, but
It's just white people being white people.
not all white people.
That's all white noise, man. White nonsense.
And the fact that some people,
I said white noise, but that's really a thing.
I saw a lot of Twitter threads that were like, oh, this is what happened. This is the patriarchy. And that shit was upsetting too, because the patriarchy is a systemic issue that's way bigger than what happens on a TV show to a fictional character. Like, the patriarchy is of something that's actually an actual real world problem.
That's a real thing, man.
And for you to fucking dumb it down to some shit where you're pissed about how your hero ended up, like, fuck
My
you.
fucking dragon, bro. It's the fucking dragon.
Yeah, no, fuck that. That was upsetting too. But that's what it is. I'm satisfied with the ending. It wasn't like a great, like, the holy shit, but whatever.
Yeah, I'm alright.
I'm alright
I don't
with
hate
it too.
but I'm alright.
Yeah. So earlier today, I told Neri that a football player died of a heat stroke, and he didn't know who he was.
Yeah, I legit did not know.
So I don't know. I don't even know
There's
how
a
to
show?
say his last name. Yeah, Mitch Petrus.
Former NFL player Mitch. Yeah, I think Petrus. Petrus. I don't know. I'm assuming it's the Giants by the jersey, but that's in that
He
picture.
died
But I
of a
can't
heat
get.
stroke.
But who did he play for?
He played for the New York Giants. He was an offensive lineman, and he had been working outside in his Arkansas family business during the heat wave, and he died. It's fucking hot, man. Jesus, it's hot. Neri and I were looking up. Well, he was looking up and he showed me. But Neri was showing me the different temperatures across the country. And this is just a temperature as is without the heat index. In Miami, the heat index is at 104. But the actual temperature is, I think, 89. Wait, let me double check. Yeah, it says 89 right now. And the heat index is right now is at 99. Earlier today, it was like at 104 because it was like 91 degrees. And in the rest of the country, there are places that the regular temperature without the heat index is 101. I think it was New Mexico that it was. And I can't even imagine. It's like it's the degree of frying egg. That's what it is. But have you guys ever watched, you and Vanessa watched the series, do you want to stop?
No, I'm literally looking up. I found the post, but it won't let me search the results on my phone. The results of the poll. So I have to do it through my desktop, but I don't remember my Facebook login because everything is saved down to my face. My password is my face. So I don't know what the fuck the password is now.
What was his face.com? Maybe does Vanessa know?
No, she doesn't even remember what I said 20 minutes ago.
Okay. All right. It was just a question. I didn't want you to vent about your life. Okay. He can't log in. So I think you should let it go. Let it go. So yeah. Veronica Mars, for those of you listening, I'm probably gonna know already, but Christy, shout out to Christy from Mamas and Merlot, also on the WuBro network, got me hooked on Veronica Mars. It's one of the shows that I missed because I was, not paying attention, I guess. And they were supposed to release the new season on Hulu next Friday, but at Comic-Con they had a panel and they announced that they were releasing it right away. So now I'm at the end of season 1 and the whole planet is watching the season 4. And granted, this show is like 15 years old, so I'm super duper late, but I love it so far. I think you should let it go because it's not working.
I guess
You're gonna get locked out.
Whatever.
Anyway, you tried though.
I did try. I tried, man. I fucking tried. Oh, I have a way of doing it.
So yeah. Oh, Lion King. It came out. Are you gonna watch it?
Yeah, I'm watching it tonight.
That's right.
Yeah, I'm watching it tonight. I'm hesitant, but I'm okay. I want the movie to do well because of Jon Favreau. I'm a huge fan of Jon Favreau, the director of this. So
He's happy, right?
Yes, that is correct.
See how cautious I was? I was like, don't step in shit. Don't step in shit.
Yeah. So I wanted to do well. The critics have slammed it. It's rotten.
But is it going to be more slammed than the Cats trailer?
Eek. Yeah, nobody wanted that fucking movie. People that we know, and I've never met. Again, we've talked about this in previous episodes.
Yeah,
there's never even people who like musicals, like Stephanie
and me.
On this. Yeah, I like musicals. I'm not like I can't tell you the name of the actors and certain things. I don't know, but I am a fan.
Do you hear that?
Oh, I think yeah. Okay, sorry. Yeah, it's my phone. It's my phone. The thing is tethered to my phone, and I didn't remember, and then there's an ad that popped up on my phone.
Okay.
So again, not being disrespectful, just
so the Cats trailer came out yesterday. I haven't even seen it. I saw the spoof that you sent us.
I wish I would have made
it. Was within hours. Because the internet is great sometimes.
And it can't
tell me my name definition, but it can do that in an hour.
They got the Cats trailer, the first Cats trailer, and they changed the song in it to the song I Got 5 on it, but the version from the movie Us, which is that spooky, creepy fucking version. Yeah. And it works so fucking perfect.
I haven't seen it yet, the movie.
I haven't seen the movie Us. I've seen the movie Us. I'm fine. I'm talking about the song works so well. I haven't seen the trailer without that song.
Neither.
And I'm like, this is perfect.
That's it.
And then everybody that complains about the trailer, I'm like, why? It was fucking amazing. Because I've only seen it with the I Got 5 on it.
I want to know. I want the meeting minutes where it was decided that they were going to use CGI fur as opposed to just fucking fur.
Because they were like, we got to make it something different than just
but they could have
not made this movie
or that.
It's a fucking movie about cats, about the action. Like, it's
correct
not,
but I think
it would have been better if you just use actual cats like the fucking Lion King did. Just use actual cats and then use voiceovers like the Lion King. You're literally using cat, like, see, that would have been better, but you put people in fucking fur. You're an asshole.
But as one Twitter handle, it's at Becky Flom, BECKYFLOM, AUM. She put it perfectly. She's a writer. You should follow her on Twitter. She said, a bad CGI movie of one of the worst musicals ever written is exactly what we deserve right now. You think 2019 gets a once on this island movie or even a remake of Annie? Fuck you. You'll get Cats and like it. And she's right, except nobody's going to like it. So it's like, you know, it's not a thing where you get and you don't get to be upset. Like, no, people are upset. People are pissed. People are pissed.
So
and like,
funny to
I think me and Stephanie will be the only people in the theater watching this movie because just for the laughter. Like, I saw Gigli in the movie theater. I can watch Cats. Why not?
Because you don't have to.
I didn't have to watch Gigli in the movie either, in the movie theater, and I did.
But you don't even have to watch that movie at all.
I know. That's my point. Is I don't have to, but I'm gonna. Because first of all, it's probably gonna be $5 on a movie Tuesday, so it's gonna cost me $5.
That's $4.50 too much that they owe you. they should pay you $5.
Maybe I'll go to a screening. I have friends. Maybe not. But what I'm saying is that people are pissed at this trailer, and rightfully so because it's awful. And I only saw the spoof. I didn't see the real one. So that's a thing that happens, and people are mad, so very mad.
I don't know why people are mad. I honestly don't know why people. I don't get.
What do you mean? They had a chance to make it decent.
No, they didn't.
They didn't have it.
No, they didn't. The fucking source material sucks balls.
I understand.
It sucks cat balls with a lot of fucking hair. That's the whole fucking. This is so stupid.
I understand what you're saying.
And I'm not a male macho guy that's like musicals suck and Broadway plays yuck. I'm not that dude. I like Broadway plays. Have
you seen one live?
Yeah.
Which one?
I saw The Lion King, which was fucking amazing.
It was amazing.
You know what? I saw Stomp, which was awesome.
Loud.
It was great. It was really, really fucking
I know.
good. It was really good. It was one of our first dates Vanessa and I had.
Cute.
I was seeing Stomp. What else have I seen? I saw Hairspray. I've seen Hairspray.
Okay.
I've seen, what else did I see live? I'm trying to remember what I saw live.
Would you see Hamilton live?
I guess, sure. If I had free tickets, sure. I wouldn't pay money for it.
My God, I don't understand.
I just don't get the raps. I don't get they speak too fast, and that's it. That's all I think.
No. Have you seen like a
I've gone to Bone Thugs and Harmony concerts, and
I understand.
The fuck out of that. I can't.
I understand, but have you seen like a performance like the performance they did the year that they sweep the Tonys? No. Would you watch it? Like that clip?
Sure, I'll watch a clip. Yeah, I'm not paying money for that. Sure, I'll give anything a chance. Not Cats, but yeah, anything.
But if Vanessa wanted to go, you'd take her. So I don't know what you're talking about.
If I didn't have to spend money, absolutely.
You're totally gonna buy her a ticket to Hamilton. She's the only one that didn't see it last year.
Exactly. And why didn't she see it? Because I didn't buy a ticket.
Wow.
We were in a lottery. We didn't win the lottery. Had we won the lottery, I would have gone because it would have been free.
No,
or
it would have been $20.
Or close to free, right? $20.
Okay, fine. I don't understand.
What do you mean you don't understand? What part of that don't you understand? I listen to the album and I don't like the music.
But okay.
So why would I want to go see a show? Let me rephrase that. Why would I pay a lot of money to go watch that show of the music that I really know I don't like?
But how many times did you listen to it?
It doesn't fucking matter. I don't like it. Why does that? No, you keep bringing this up. I don't understand why the issue. Here's the thing. You keep bringing it up. I keep giving you the same answer. And you go, okay, fine.
No.
That's on you.
Because you're getting mad.
No, because you keep bringing it up and expecting a different answer. And then you get upset at the answer that I give you.
I'm not upset. I'm super fine.
You're cute. You're
so
like,
what I'm saying is I think we were talking like fake upset. What I was talking to you about, I was ranting about a couple of days ago. Where when people tell me like that they don't like Beyonce and you ask them why. And they're like, I just don't like her. Okay,
well,
you're not giving me an...
No, but I don't like the music.
Okay, let me explain my thought process. So I'm saying, but that's not a reason. You're not, like, you can't just tell me you don't like Beyonce just because. I had one person tell me that they don't like Adele. They don't get why she's a big deal. Oh, okay, why? It's not because she's not a good singer, which is her fucking whole niche. So... you can't tell me that, I think she could still... No, that's it. It doesn't get better than Adele and Beyonce. Like, they're the two sides of the same coin. But...
here's the problem that I have with Adele is that there's too much of auto-tune in her shit. She's just... oh, my God. What would she be without fucking auto-tune?
Yeah, she'd be...
if it wasn't for that sexy-ass body, that's fucking gyrating hips, what the fuck am I listening to that? Come on. I'm not really...
Right. I would probably...
You're fucking hating me right now.
No, I'm not. I know you're fucking bullshitting me because I know you like her, you fucking idiot.
I'm not. All right.
You do like her.
I don't dislike her. I can't
God.
tell you.
The ship is going so down.
But aside from the songs that are on the radio, I don't dislike her, and I like the songs that I hear on the radio. I've never listened to an entire album back and forth. I can't tell you. Like, she's too fucking sad. Too sad. Too sad.
No.
She have happy songs?
Yeah.
Name me a happy song.
Send My Love to your lover. There's songs about.
No. Name me the songs though.
I just named one.
You name one, okay. But there are songs about. No. Name me happy songs.
I understand. What the fuck? I'm supposed to know her catalog off the top of my head? Jesus. I am excited for her next album though, because she's getting a divorce, which is not good news, obviously.
It's so evil.
It's not good news.
You know, I've said that before.
But
I've said that to my wife. I go, oh man, when we get divorced, the divorce album for my comedy, holy fuck. It's already written.
Because it's the talent. It's like, okay, so you give somebody something really good to write about. She's a really good songwriter. And divorces are fucking huge deals. So only good things are going to come out of this album because she's going through this. Like, somebody who's that connected and that real and that honest and that raw and that talented for her songs, something like this kind of life event is only going to give you a great album. So yeah, you are funny sometimes, and that's material that you could use when you're going through this, and it's turning lemon into lemonade, which is another good album by Beyonce.
But the name of the album is going to be called The Divorce Album.
No, it's not. She said she's not going to call it.
No. I'm talking about my divorce album. And by the way, my relationship with my wife is great. It's fantastic.
Of course.
I'm just talking about the if and when.
The what if.
The if and when.
No when, just if.
Whatever. We get divorced. The divorce album is going to be hilarious. Fucking hilarious. Who needs to pay for therapy when you could pay me to hear my therapy out loud?
That kind of makes sense, but I still know. But yeah. But anyway, going back to what I was saying is that when people tell me they don't like Beyonce just because, or they don't like Adele just because, you're not giving me a reason. You are giving me a reason, and that's because you listened to the album once and you didn't like the music.
I don't even know if I heard the whole album front to back, but I've listened to songs like Vanessa listens to it
enough,
a lot.
right?
And I'm just, I haven't heard a song yet that I like.
So then but I think my resistance, the reason why I keep pressing you is because I want you to like it. I want you to like it because it's so fucking good, but you don't. So I'm just going to keep nagging you until you do.
But I won't.
I know. So I'll just keep nagging you, or I'll be a bully.
Well, you already are.
I'm not a bully.
Jamia already proved it.
Jamia needs to understand the concept here. How many times have you pressed those fucking buttons today? There it is again.
Many.
It's like, this was a terrible, everything up to the recorder, up to the buttons with the sound was a great idea, and the fucking 8 buttons are just...
That's the reason it's funny. I talked to what's his name, Colin Moulton, which I've talked about on this podcast before. He's a good friend of mine, fantastic comedian, and we recorded a podcast together when we worked together on a ship back in April. Still waiting for that, by the way, Colin. He was supposed to Dropbox it to me.
The bro that you worked out with, right. Yeah.
So he's great. He's fantastic, whatever. But he also has a Rode podcaster, a Rode Procaster?
It's a Rodecaster.
Rodecaster Pro. That's why I'm Rodecaster Pro, which is the sound mixer that we got, which Correct. Is why we now have sound effects. It's a whole thing.
We can call people. Who can we call at work?
People. And so we were talking, and him and I were talking 2 days ago, and he's like, "Man, I've barely played with mine. I have taken mine out, and I'm like, dude, it's fucking great. It's so amazing." And he's like, "What's your favorite part about it?" And I'm like, without a doubt, it's the fucking sound effects buttons.
Of course.
And he started laughing. He goes, "Are you serious? Out of everything that mixer can do?" I'm like, "I fucking bought it because you fucking the sound. It's not even close. Like, everything is great. All the perks of this mixer is fantastic. But literally, number one on the fucking on the bullet point sheet is the sound effects buttons, and then come the fact that you could call people." And then spacebar, all the great technical aspects of it. But, yeah,
I like that we sound good. I like that we can
amazing.
And my list goes the other way. I like that we can call people I like that we sound good, and I hate the buttons right now. For right now.
I think you hate it because I'm overusing them.
Yeah, you are. I'm glad that the first step is acknowledging that you have a problem.
I acknowledged that the first episode we got it. I was like, people are
But
going
what
to
are
be
you
like,
doing?
all right, we get it. Like, I knew that it was going to fucking happen. And here's the thing. It hasn't happened. All of the listeners, the ones, the 4 or 5 that have chimed in on social media, they've all been like, I like the buttons. Keep the fucking buttons.
I'm asking Stephanie if we can call her.
Let's see. Stop with the fucking buttons, dude.
Okay, Jamia,
bully.
I promise you,
Bully.
it was not me. I'm literally texting
Jerk.
Stephanie.
What a jerk. Such a jerk. Who can we call?
I'm calling. We gotta call Stephanie.
I want to call Mayor Senior, but it's literally
No.
7:30
Call.
over there.
We gotta. We gotta call her and ask her about cats because she needs to chime in. This is her jam.
Meow 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 meow. That would be great if I just get a cat going meow 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 meow.
Okay, but just call.
We have actual conversation. We have a.
Oh no! Call my friend.
Is she around? And she said yes.
She said, "Yeah, we can call her."
Oh, okay. Hold on.
Well, she didn't say we can call her. She said she's at work, so just call her. Call her cell phone.
Hold on. We actually got to call her.
She's gonna bitch that we're recording without her. So you gotta fix
really?
that. Yeah. You gotta fix that.
I don't know. Well, we got to call her in. We actually got one of the actors from the play. There was an interview with one of the actors from the play. I don't know if you heard it.
I knew that was gonna happen. Can you call my
Right.
friend?
And then? But what do you say to the critics of the trailer?
Oh no. Go.
Right. But I understand, but okay. If you're not going to even let me talk.
Yeah. Now you know what it's like to record with you. Call my friend.
This is adorable. So, I'm sorry.
Is it a compilation of different cats meowing? Turn that shit off, man.
It's literally what you're going to be watching if you go to this fucking dumb movie.
It's gone on for 35 minutes too long. Just stop it. Call my friend, please.
I think it's so funny.
I don't think I've ever wanted to call Stephanie so much in my whole life. Just call my friend, please. Call her.
Relax, hold on. I'm going.
I was just adding to my bit. Don't yell at me.
Ulloa.
Yes, comma Stephanie.
Mm-hmm.
What the fuck? I thought we couldn't record. You gotta pick up, babe.
I don't know if she actually works.
She does
I know
work.
she's at a job.
She works, bro. She works hard.
No, her business. Is that what she's not doing that during the day?
No.
No. Oh, okay.
Of course not.
Oh, I get what you're saying.
Her business is strictly after hours. It's not during the day.
Hi, you've reached Stephanie. Please leave your name and number, and I'll call you
Is
back.
she
as soon as I
pissed?
can.
God, even in her voicemail, she sounds like she's giving me a mean face. Like, that's just my face.
It's just my voicemail.
It's just my voice. That's just the way my voice sounds at all fucking times. All right, well, we tried.
I mean,
We
show
tried.
yourself, girl.
Yeah, well, cats. Come on. We did talk about this before. We talked about the play.
But
we haven't
not the
talked about it since the trailer. But she hates the fucking trailer.
She does. I don't want to talk for her. That's why I wanted to call her, but she didn't pick up, so
No,
whatever.
we could talk for the cast of the play.
Oh my god, this again?
We could talk for the
No,
cast.
we don't have to talk about the cast, please. Oh my god. Oh my god, Stephanie, call back, please. Stephanie, call back if ever I needed you to call back. Stop it.
157 million fucking views this video has. It's just a compilation of cats meowing. I do actual stand-up comedy that I wrote myself. I have like 200 views on each video.
200? That's a lot.
I'm rounding up to the closest 100. I'm actually rounding up to the furthest 100.
So you have like 102?
Yeah, I'm like 102 and like 200. Same thing.
Same thing.
I'm adding all the fucking views from all the videos I've ever had.
I think she's gonna call back. She can't. Fuck. Okay.
Back. Sucker blue. I was trying to find out. I'm really interested now in who won the
I know
poll
you've
to
been
my
trying a
son's
lot.
name. Been trying for a while.
What is this Halloween thing that's happening in 2020 and 2021?
The Halloween movies. The movie that just got remade last year in 2018. Yeah. So
Don't tell me they're remaking them again.
No, the sequels. They're sequels to this remake.
Okay.
They're sequels to. It's actually not even a remake. The 2018 was as if it was a sequel to the original Halloween Part 1.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like Part 2, 3, 4, and Halloween 27 didn't exist. So the sequel to that movie, the 2018 movie, they got two sequels. They have announced that they're going to be doing two sequels, one in 2020 and one in 2021. So they're pretty much, it seems as if they're going to be filming simultaneously. They're going to be filming both movies. I mean, that would appear. I haven't read that because I don't read articles, but I do read motherfucking headlines. And the headline says that the movies are going to be released in 2020 and 2021. And for you to be able...
What stuff? No, I want them together.
And for you to be able to get to that point where you're releasing you already know that you're going to be releasing a film 1 year apart. I'm sorry?
Did you leave the bathroom door open?
I guess so, maybe. All right.
Papi, if I don't hang out, I go.
One moment, please, while I process your request. What is that?
Here, water day.
Water day.
Pero me hice pipí, se fue con mi ropa.
Con tu ropa. Okay. All right. Good job. Dale, go outside. Cierra la puerta, por favor. Close the door, please.
Okay.
Gracias, mi amor. Missy freaks out when I get into dad mode.
I don't freak out. I just think it's weird.
Okay. Tomato.
I know you as my asshole friend. Not
Porn.
Not the close the door. No, you can't have a snack.
Well, you're making it seem like if I'm like, no, you can't have a snack, how dare you? I'm like, no.
No, but they respect the shit. I told you the story when I was babysitting, I think it was last week, that it was like bedtime and Vanessa had...
I was on my way home.
Yeah, he was on his way home. Vanessa had gone to yoga and I was taking care of the kids and they were having dinner, whatever. It was time for bed. And, Sophie tries to play me and she's like, sometimes my mom lets me stay up until later. And I said to her, okay, cool. Well, your dad is down the street. So when he gets here, we can make sure with him. And she's like, my dad's down the street? And I go, yeah. She goes, okay, good night. And she just takes off like a fucking bat out of hell. Then Ollie comes out and Ollie's like, I want water. And I go, you sure? Yeah. And I go, okay, hurry up because your dad's down the street. He goes, oh no, I don't want water. And he just went back to sleep because he's trying to fuck with me. And yeah, so even when you're not here, they're like, oh, fuck that. I'm not pissing him off.
And to the listener, I allow my children to get water before sleep. I don't want to make it seem as if like, oh, are you out of your fucking mind?
Water. Hydration.
Are you out of your fucking mind? The building block of life? Fuck that. You're not doing it. I'm not that guy. But I am, and I'm not even I don't consider myself a strict dad, but I am a dad. I have to be, you have to, we're not, it's not a fucking party all the damn time. You gotta have rules.
I know, but you're not that guy. Hashtag not my nary.
Am I too dark for you?
My nary yells porn. Out the phone when I'm at the bank.
It would have been great if you were in the bank.
I would have not have been on the phone with you if I was inside the bank.
Well, that's what you would have said 2 days ago.
No,
about this very
at all. My phone is on silent like my whole life.
All right. You called me.
I did.
Like, I was just walking into the bank, but I wanted to tell you.
No, I called you. Yeah, that's exactly what happened. I hope to God that lady never fucking works that teller again.
She's gonna be like, oh my God, the conversation this lady was having with her husband. He kept saying porn.
And the worst thing about that is gonna be like, he's not my husband. He's my friend.
That's the worst part about it. Jesus.
He's not my finish him. He's not my husband.
Oh my God.
He's my best friend's
husband.
So a bunch of trailers came out because it's Comic-Con, right? A bunch of trailers came out. We were talking about the news for Halloween, the next Halloween movies, which is great. But a couple of trailers did come out. We talked about the Cats one that everybody hates. Everybody hates that trailer. Okay, everybody hates that trailer, but there's trailers that everybody loves, like the Top Gun Maverick trailer, which is a sequel.
I haven't seen it yet.
Have you seen the original Top Gun?
Yeah.
Okay, so
I was gonna be fake outraged about that, but really it's my brand not to have seen it. So yeah, it's actually more shocking that I have seen it.
It really is. I'm like, oh, well.
I think I own it actually.
I was like, have you seen it? And you're like, yeah. I was like, oh, whoa.
You had a whole thing ready to be like, how the fuck?
No, I had this whole thing ready to explain to you what Top Gun was, and I was like, well, okay, I don't need that. Throw that exposition away. So Top Gun, 34 years later, it's been 34 years since the original, and they released the trailer. Tom Cruise himself was at San Diego Comic-Con, which is fucking awesome, and I would have loved to have seen it.
Yeah.
I would have loved to have been there. Let me rephrase that. But I did see the trailer. If you haven't seen it?
No.
You want to pull up the trailer?
Yeah.
To get a reaction?
Sure. Give me a second. I'll pull it up right now.
Tell me more. Tell me more.
You know, Tom Cruise, I struggle liking him. I know that I
just don't like I don't like the Scientology part of it.
That's
because
my issue.
We've watched the documentaries and we've watched the whole.
I don't know why. Like I should talk to my therapist about it, but I'm like morbidly obsessed with the Scientology world, and
we're obsessed with the hatred for it.
Just obsessed with what the fuck, like all the things that they do, the abuses of whatever. And so I love him.
It's hard to separate the two, but
knowing what he stands for, it's fucking hard for me.
He doesn't stand for that. He believes in that. He doesn't stand for that.
If you are Tom Cruise with the amount of power, and they strategically sought you out for this religion, and put millions into convincing you to support it, and you've done so for 20 years. That's why you divorced Nicole Kidman. That's why you don't talk to your daughter, probably. Like,
you can't say that. You don't know that.
The policy wouldn't make sense though, because their policy is if you leave Scientology publicly, then you are to be shunned, which what they call the disconnection. Katie Holmes left it publicly, and by extension, so did his daughter. So my logic leads me to believe that there has to be
Has there been any public photos of them together?
At all. Zero.
Wow. That's
that little girl.
And he's very famous.
Yeah. Suri has not left Katie Holmes' side, and she's been in New York for the better part since they split up.
How long ago was that?
I feel you Google that, and I'll Google the Top Gun trailer.
Okay. But the Top Gun trailer is pretty fantastic.
So it's hard for me, because I am going to watch this movie for sure, but it's hard for me to separate.
I think he's a great actor.
I love him.
I love his movies, and I love him in interviews. He's so great in interviews.
He's very charming.
He's super charming, but he's not only super charming, he's super down to earth.
He's super chill, and laid back.
And it's not even, I don't even think he's chill and laid back. I think he's more like, he's like a regular dude.
Right. So that's
But he's not, he's far beyond the regular dude. Yet, in interviews, he comes off as a regular dude. It's like...
And if it stopped there, then I'd buy a whole... he'd be the Melissa McCarthy in my fucking movies.
Because I think he's really great. I mean, there are very few and far between movies he wasn't good in.
Yeah, agreed. I don't... The second movie that he did with Cameron Diaz...
A Night and Day.
Yeah, that sucked.
I like that movie.
I don't like it. But I will say that...
really? I like that movie.
No, I don't like it. I thought it was stupid. They tried too hard.
I thought it was great. I don't know. I've only seen it twice, though. I can't...
Okay, hold on. I pulled it up. It's 2 minutes long. Here we go. I don't know if the mic's going to be able to pick it up, but whatever.
Oh, my God.
Can you hear it?
A little bit, yeah.
Hold on.
Yeah, I can hear it.
I put it down.
No, put it up.
Oh.
We want to hear it.
30 plus years of service.
Oh, wow, this sounds so good.
Combat medals, citations. Only man to shoot down 3 enemy planes in the last 40 years.
Damn.
Yet you can't get a promotion. You won't retire. Despite your best efforts, you refuse to die.
I love this movie. Oh man. See, this is
Be at least a 2-star admiral by now.
I'm glad this was a sequel, not a reboot.
captain. Why is that? It's one of life's mysteries, sir.
Está viejo.
Right?
Cojones. I mean, if he wasn't crazy for aliens, he could still hit it. But, I mean, I love that I'm like, I can't. Wow, the jacket and the glasses and the bike. Oh my God. Is that John Hamm? That is John motherfucking Hamm.
Is it? I didn't even notice that.
Yes. Please tell me he doesn't wear underwear in this movie. Please, God.
The end is inevitable, Maverick. Your kind is headed for extinction. Maybe so, sir. But not today.
Oh my God. Give me that. Give me that Tom Cruise again, man.
Didn't he look old?
He está viejo.
So I had a couple notes on it, right? And
Okay.
I love the trailer, but it seemed like this is the first time I've ever seen a trailer this is the first time I've ever seen Tom Cruise on a screen, whether it be a movie or an interview, that I'm like, fuck, he's gotten old.
But maybe that's on purpose.
And I'm saying that's my next thing. I was like, maybe that's on purpose because of the whole thing of he's an aging pilot and da 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 da.
Yeah.
So maybe that's part of the story. But I've never seen, and he was just a Mission Impossible like 2 years ago. So I've never seen a movie, and you could tell he's aged. People always go, "Oh, he's ageless," and blah blah blah. And
he's
true.
like Paul Rudd. They drank the same.
Not
blood.
really, because here's the thing: if you go back and look at a movie that was made by Tom Cruise 10, 15 years ago, there's a difference. You won't notice it from watching a 2018 Tom Cruise movie.
Yeah.
But if you look at a picture of Tom Cruise or a movie of Tom Cruise made in 2007, you go, oh, fuck, there is a difference. But it's only by comparison if you do a side by side.
Right.
Now, Paul Rudd, legit, you can't tell a difference.
True.
He did Wet Hot American Summer in 2010. I fucking saw that movie a month ago, and I was like, did he film this after Avengers? What the fuck? So that, yeah. Anyways, I'm assuming it's part of the story. Even this guy looked old as shit. What's his name? I know him as Hummel from The Rock.
He's also in Stepmom. He's a dad in Stepmom.
Ed Harris. There you go.
Ed Harris.
I only remembered Ed Harris when you said the stepmom, because he was like, yeah, he's Lieutenant Colonel. I don't know, fucking from The Rock. I knew his character's name, but I didn't know his
name.
Ed Harris. Yeah, but he looked old as shit. But he is old as fuck. So.
Yeah, but I feel like.
But the trailer looked amazing.
The trailer looked awesome, and I just watched it on my laptop.
I just need Kenny Loggins. I need Kenny Loggins to give me another.
Is he alive?
Yes.
I'm asking.
You know, him and Tom Cruise met for the very first time on a talk show, like recently, within the last 8-10 months.
Dun, 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 dun,
And then they were like,
damn, I know what I'm listening to when I'm driving home now.
He was saying, they go, oh, you guys have met before, and he goes, no, actually, every time we were supposed to be at the same event, we just never crossed paths. We were supposed to be there. And
so did you find out when they got divorced?
They got divorced in July of 2012, July 11th. So happy anniversary, happy divorce anniversary.
Yeah, I guess.
From 2012, which is what, 7 years? Yeah, 7 years. 7
years, and they were together. I think Suri was like 4 or 5 when they were together.
The settlement came in. It was a very quick settlement, which is amazing because
she fucking strategized the shit out of that situation. She established residency in New York for a year under her name before she even left him. So she forced his hand. They settled in within 2 weeks.
No, 11 days.
Yeah. Within 2 weeks.
Yeah, no, you're right.
So
I was agreeing with you.
Yeah. So she fucking strategized the shit out of that divorce to make sure that she could get out and get out fast.
And with her kid.
With her kid, because
she
usually
got primary custody of 6-year-old Siri. So she was 6. And Cruise was granted visitation rights.
Yeah.
So, but does he visit?
I don't know.
That's what you're saying.
I don't know. I don't know. This is all speculation, obviously. Right. I don't know if that's true or not. But I would assume from what I've watched and learned from the Scientology, like the policies are in place now. He is Tom Cruise, and he was the first big celebrity that Scientology had. Big megastar. They had celebrities before him, but the big megastar.
He's been there longer than Travolta?
No.
Then Travolta was the first.
Yeah, but not like Travolta was got in it when I think, if I'm not mistaken, he started getting involved when it was still like a grassroots thing. It wasn't like, and I could be wrong. So again, I'm speculating, but there's like documentation. They went after Tom Cruise to make him a Scientologist, and they succeeded. So,
I mean, kudos to them for that.
Yeah.
You know, you set a high mark. That's a very high mark. And you landed your man.
I mean, yeah, but the shit that they do, the non-celeb, like I could go on and on for it. But anyway, that's the skinny on that. But
I like seeing you so pissed off about it too.
I'm not mad.
No, you get very heated. Not mad,
because
but you get very passionate.
The things that they do to the non-celebrity, like the
even
common folk,
even to the celebrities.
No, but to the common folk, they people have lost their homes, their college savings, families.
Because homes and college savings that
could be replaced. You're right, but families like moms
being excommunicated from her dad.
Leah Remini's partner in her show in the aftermath. Fuck, what's his name?
Kevin James?
No. Mike Ringer, I think. Yeah, Mike Ringer. He was a grade A executive for decades. He raised his children in Scientology. And when he got out, they disconnected from him, and he refuses to leave
the church?
No, he refuses to leave the Clearwater because he wants to make sure that he's available if they ever want to leave. To be able to call him, he can be there in 20 minutes. But those kids have gone on TV and said horrendous things and sent him letters and sent him like emails and messages.
I was going to say letters. How old?
They showed up to when he remarried and the lady was pregnant with their first kid, I think. And they showed up to the lady's OB appointment and fucking stormed the lady's doctor's office and yelling at him. Like all kinds of, like, it's just so fucking tragic and fucked up. So I do get passionate about it, but you know, whatever, not to end it on a downer. Yay, cats.
All right. But there's a bunch of other trailers that came out, and we're really excited about that. So there's a lot of news coming out, but we're recording in the afternoon, so there's a lot of stuff that's going to come out later on
over the weekend
and tomorrow, and that we're not going to be able to get to. But that's it. We wanted to give you something because we know we haven't given you a true WuBro episode. We've given you a couple movie watches and movie commentaries, which have been great. I love doing those as well. But a true WuBro episode we haven't done so in a while. So here we go. But thank you guys for checking us out. Make sure you check out Missy's writing at
Missy Writer on Instagram, or MissyWrites.com.
And MissyWrites.com. You say the España, and I say the. So, anyways, check that out. Check out my comedy at whatwashisname.com, ordinaryscience.com. If you could spell it, my social media is all on my website, whatwashisname.com. Everything is at Nary Science, and then check out Stephanie, who, even though she wasn't here, and even though she didn't answer the phone, she is a fantastic event planner.
Coordinator.
She really is. So make sure you guys check that out at events_by_the letter U. So thank you very much for checking us out. If we've missed anything or anything you want to talk about from San Diego Comic-Con, please hit us up, man. We didn't even get to talk about the fact that we went to SuperCon. We haven't even talked about that.
I know.
It's been 2 weeks since we recorded, so that's why we haven't even talk about it. But we have to get to it another day, man. You guys have been great. Thank you guys for checking us out. Check out the other podcasts on the GeekBro website. What's Good, Zeros on Heroes, Shiver, the horror movie podcast, the Mount Geekmore podcast, Talking Geek, Better Let Me Tell You, Comedy Fitness, and Morbid Curiosity. Thank you for checking us out. Geekbro.net, and that's how winning is done.
That was Nary.
pop culture, and it's funny, motherfucker.